Oh, there I am. Hi, everybody. I just got home from the clinic, so I thought that I would spend a few minutes going over the expectations for paper one. I had a couple of emails today asking questions about it, so I thought the best way to do it would be to develop another video. I didn't have a chance to complete your schedule today. I'm going to make an effort to get that done tomorrow. Was very busy in the clinic today, so this is an example of paper one. Now, I won't say that it's the best paper, and I won't say it's the worst paper, but I think that it's a good example of what I expect. So every paper at this level needs to have a title page, and so I'm going to point up here that we have our running head and then the title. So the title is more than just assignment one. The title should describe the content of the paper that you are writing. And the running head up here are the key words from your title. Now, when you do literature searches and you put keywords in those search engines, they are looking through thousands of resources to come up with the best matches. And what they're looking at are words in the running head. So those are supposed to be really tight descriptive words that give enough description of your paper. And then university name, your course, the course number, your professor's name, and then the date. Now, what this paper doesn't have, which it's missing, is you are supposed to have a disclaimer down here, which you put on all of your papers. So copy and paste a disclaimer that you sign stating that this is your original work and that this paper has not been plagiarized. Now, this paper has an abstract on it, but I don't require abstracts for my papers. So this is something you can do if you want, but you don't have to. So this paper starts on page 3. It would be page 2 if you didn't have the abstract. We have our running head up here, and then the paper has a title. The title of your paper is the same title that you had on the title page. It is not bold, and it is centered. Now, the first paragraph that you write on this paper is going to be your introduction to the paper. Now, what is that? An introduction is a paragraph or two that is going to sum up what your paper is going to discuss. So this one is talking about disparities in women, and it will define a purpose statement. So what's the purpose of your paper? What I do when I write my papers, essentially, I put a phrase in there. The purpose of this paper is to review the demographics of the health statistics for women in the state of Illinois, and then also I would make any comments that are in the rubric of the specific information that's required for the paper. So then we have the body of our paper, and this is our first heading. Headings are bold and centered. Large words are capitalized. And the heading, in essence, tells us what the focus of that paragraph or paragraphs is going to be. And don't get bogged down with writing a paragraph that's way too long. Every paragraph should have a topic. If the topic changes, then you need to begin a new paragraph. You get into issues with your grammar when you make those paragraphs too long. So a paragraph has to be at least 2 sentences long, and then it also should be one topic. So you can see this women's demographics in Illinois, and then the paragraph underneath that heading are very specific to the information that is described in that heading. So now we're going to go down to the other heading, Illinois Women's Health Status. So now this will go and describe in detail Illinois women's health status. So it'll go down here, and this one has 2 paragraphs. And then our third heading here is health issues facing women. And these things need to be substantive. They need to be cited. The citations need to be done appropriately. And remember, I'm going to look at those um, when you submit your papers. I'm going to be looking to ensure that you're not plagiarizing. So use that as a tool to go back and modify your paper. And then papers always end with a conclusion. The conclusion is centered, and what the conclusion does, it sum up key points from your paper. I don't want new material in the conclusion, so you shouldn't introduce new ideas in the conclusion. This is a summary of the information that your paper has provided to the reader. And then your references. So make sure that your references are in proper APA format. And a paper of this um, capacity, you need to have at least 4 or 5 minimum references. I can't imagine that you could write this paper in anything less. Pages are numbered, and you can see this paper is 1, 2, 3, 4 pages long. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this paper is going to be a minimum of 4, maximum of 6 pages, not including your title page, your reference page, and if you choose to use an abstract, that doesn't get included either. Now, one more point I wanted to make. Sometimes it's appropriate to use subheadings. So what is a subheading? Let's use this one for an example. Health issues facing women. If I were going to use subheadings, I would say health issues facing women, and then I would write a paragraph that briefly discussed several health issues facing women, and then I would do a subheading on each one. Subheadings are flush to the left, bold, large words capped. And you would make a subheading for each area that you had specified up here. But that's not required. I don't require those for this paper, but sometimes they work. I just wrote a paper that I used subheadings on because I was talking about a model, a change model, and it had 3 aspects to the change model. So my heading was a change model, and then I did subheadings for the phases of the change model. So that may be appropriate. But for this purpose, these purposes, you don't need to do that. So I hope that you found this helpful. And again, open communication with me. So I'll be speaking with you again soon. Don't forget, the introduction needs to be posted by Wednesday. Okay? Bye.